All right, this is like my I don't know how many attempt. I don't know what attempt this is, but I'm gonna do this again. I keep rambling. It's very broad, this thing I'm about to talk about. Let's start off like this. If you have a vice or an addiction, you hyper fixating on it and trying to suppress it, trying to stifle it, trying to find other ways to distract yourself from it. That involves shitting on other people who have the same problem as you. That involves, doing all this meditations, all these things that people do to, because they're told like, yo, if you have this issue, do this, do that. We consume a lot of content because we don't know who to go to, which is like completely normal, but like it makes sense. But at the same time, all the answers are within yourself. Like meditating is cool and all, but like it, if you have an addiction, if you have something that you don't like that you're doing, you feel like it's getting out of hand, that is the way out. It's a double-edged sword. Your addiction is literally your edge. The same thing that could really dig you in a deep hole is the same thing that can just fucking pull you out of it. Once you realize that that vice you have is your edge. For example, me, when I was dealing with my vices, it showed like, it put me in a spot where it was a lot of self-talk, there was a lot of isolation because of the shame I felt, you know? There was a lot of conversations with myself that recreated different versions of me. I'd have one mindset or one idea, and I'd completely abandon that because it was shit because I fucked up again, or there was like a bunch of different things I had to go through to get where I am now. And it I developed a lot of discipline from it. I pushed myself to I pushed myself to the limit because I was essentially running away from that vice. I was doing a bunch of shit to run away from it because I was viewing it as a bad thing. Now, it wasn't really bad because I did learn a lot from it. And here I am now talking about it with a very clear perspective of it. But if you continue to look at it as a bad thing, something that you don't want, like get it out, or looking at it like it's the fucking devil, you're gonna be stuck like that forever. Your addictions, your vices, all that shit's not never gonna go away. How you deal with it, though, is the big difference. If you are hyper fixated on it, and you have all these different methods, all this self help shit, trying to find healthier routes, I think you're fucked. But once you look at it, once you lean into that, when you feel it crawling in, when you feel that need to go back to it, look at it, if anything, just say fuck it and do it again. Do it again, do it again. Sometimes I had to just fucking overwhelm myself with that vice and just, oh my, just overflow in it, and I'll find a new perspective. Or sometimes I'd have to just accept it. It was just a part of me at one point. I didn't give a fuck. It was just me. Boom. That was one way of dealing with it. I got bored of that. Moved on to another thing. Just you by digging yourself a hole, you find new perspectives of shit, and then little by little, time goes by, and you realize, oh shit, I don't have it anymore. I don't have it like how I used to have it. Life just kind of edges that vice out or addiction out, and then it ends up coming back later on, and you find new shit about it. Just trying to stifle your addictions and avoiding contact, avoiding head-on collision with your vice is a huge mistake. I take it as, oh my god, bruh, stop! Why do these people fucking go in front of me? I take it as an opportunity to learn something. These vices are gonna come back. There's no need to be. Don't be ashamed. They're always gonna come back. They're always gonna come. They're gonna be in your face. It's an opportunity to learn something. Stop being ashamed of it. Stop trying to fucking just hide it and bury it, stifle it. Because then you're gonna end up doing some shit that's like far more unattractive than your actual vice. Same thing with this whole like no fap and all this shit. Like, yeah, I mean, it's something that I've like tapped into and stuff like that. The whole spiritual aspect of it, semen retention, and this, and that. Like, yeah, that stuff's cool, but that only works because you really believe in it. When in reality, none of that shit matters. Like, it just, you create like this overprotective, very preservative mindset about yourself, and you start protecting yourself from different energies, and you don't hang around those type of people, this type of people. You're blocking yourself from all these lessons that you could learn because you have this idea that preserving your seed or not what or not, I mean, I by no means am I condoning like watching porn is very damaging, but you operating from a very protective mind state is not going to do much for you. You're going to be very dull as a person. The way I approach is I don't really give a fuck. If it comes to me, there's something to learn from it. I'm not gonna shy away from my vice. You know, and if I do some shit that I'm not proud of, I come clean about it. I'm not gonna hide it. For example, like me with my girl, if something like were to happen, I'm just gonna come clean about it. It's really, you realize sometimes that it's the secret that really makes it powerful. Like some dudes will be within a relationship and they're like heavily staring at ass, and they're not telling their girl that they're doing that or something. And it's like, really, they're not even that attracted to the other woman. It's just like that idea of the secrecy, the, ooh, I'm doing this and she doesn't know. It's what's kind of keeping it alive, and that I kind of feel like that taps into the whole ADHD kind of thing, that people get bored and they look for a new exciting thing, so they turn back to their vices. When they think that it's all gone, nope, here I am, you're bored, here I come, let's entertain you for a bit and pull you down this fucking pit of hell, this pit of fucking shame, when in reality it's just another opportunity to learn something.